When a young man was found dead of suicide in a Massachusetts parking lot 3 years ago, his cell phone led to a disturbing discovery. It revealed the teen's girlfriend not only suggested he take his life, but appears to have pressured him to follow through in a series of text messages.
The young woman, Michelle Carter, is charged with involuntary manslaughter. Her trial resumes on Monday. CBS News legal analyst Rikki Klieman is closely following the case, and she joins us now. Rikki, good morning.
Good morning.
So in this case, 20-year-old Michelle Carter has been charged with involuntary manslaughter, again, in the death of Conrad Roy. What can you tell us about the case as it stands thus far?
If we look at the facts of the case, it's the question of, do the facts equal the law? So what happened is you have a 17-year-old girl involved with an 18-year-old boy. Over a 2-year period, they exchanged thousands of text messages. But as it gets closer and closer to the time of this young man's death, she encourages him, cajoles him, taunts him, mocks him into committing suicide. This is a boy who was depressed, who was suicidal. She gives him sites to look at, ideas about suicide. And the worst part of it, from the prosecution point of view, is that when she has talked him into doing this by carbon monoxide poisoning in a car, he is on the phone with her. And it goes on for a period of time where he gets out of the car because he's too scared. And she talks him to get back into the car to finish the job, stays on the phone with him, doesn't call anyone, hears him cry out till his death.
Rikki, how unusual is it for someone to be charged with manslaughter when not actually physically present at the time of death?
Very, very unusual, almost unheard of. This is a case of great importance in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, but it will also be of great importance throughout the country. Because what you have here is someone who is considered virtually present. And that's in the same way of her being miles and miles away. But through her pushing him, through these texts, through her malicious intent, that what she has basically done is been next to him virtually and put the gun in his hand. So they've decided in Massachusetts to charge her with involuntary manslaughter.
So tell us how that all factors into the fact that she's not being charged with assisted suicide, but involuntary manslaughter.
Well, in Massachusetts, what you have is one of 11 states that does not have a law that makes it a crime to do assisted suicide. So the only thing left for the prosecutor, if they wanted to charge her with anything, was this choice of involuntary manslaughter. It's also the reason that they've gone forward in this case from the defense and decided to go forward with a bench trial, not a jury trial, because a jury would look at this case the way I sound and the way you look, which is, this is just terrible. This is one of the worst things I've ever heard of. But a judge might be dispassionate enough to say, what is the law? How do I follow the law?
Rikki, prosecutors have played videos of Conrad Roy, expressing hope in some cases, disparaging himself in others. What are they trying to do with these videos?
The videos, I think, were very important to the prosecution for two reasons. Number one is he's not a nameless, faceless person. He comes alive on the video. Number two is, and really important, he has hope in these videos. He is a kid who is definitely depressed, has problems, but you can see the hopeful side of him. He got a job, he got into school, that he wants to live. He's a life worth saving.
Rikki, Michelle Carter's lawyers were hoping for an acquittal on Friday. They did not get one. Where do we go from here?
Well, it's in the defense case now, and the defense is going to try to say that this is a young man who would have committed suicide anyway. It's a suicide case, not a homicide case.
Rikki Klieman, thanks so much for being with us this morning.